GDQ Hotfix's AAPI Heritage Month celebration. We're so excited to bring you an entire weekend of just only AAPI runners, and this being put on by the SAP community, which is just AAPI speedrunners and ones from different countries like Singapore and Philippines and including America, all different types of descent. It's absolutely fantastic. If anyone's interested in joining, you can shoot me or Etchy a Twitch whisper. But like I said, this is going to be going all weekend. We're going to be going all day today and then all day tomorrow. So there's a lot of gaming that you don't want to miss out on. The entire schedule is going to be, if you type in !API, that's where you can find the schedule. It's going to be super great. And if you miss any of it, you can go to youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. Maybe check out the VODs after this event's done. Who knows? You might see something that you missed. You might really enjoy it. That's all I'm saying. You might want to watch the entire event. Check out all these runners. Follow all of them. And speaking of, this runner got into Summer Games on 2025 as the opener. And I'm just saying we did it first. So, Supersonic, would you like to introduce yourself and the run that you're doing?
Well, hello everybody. My name is Supersonic. I am a retro speedrunner that mainly focuses on Sonic games. We are doing Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 back to back. So we're going to kick it off with Sonic 1 first, and then once this game is over, we're going to switch over to Sonic 2. We will be doing both games glitched. Although Sonic 1's glitches aren't that great, but we'll try to go for some of them. But the majority of them, we will see it from Sonic 2. So without further ado, we'll just get right into it. Let's do a quick reset here. And then we'll just get right into the run. And here we go in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Good luck.
Thank you. All right, hope you like Green Hill, by the way. We're not going to be seeing much of it. Like, we'll just be kind of going to the right here. You can kind of see like those mountains back there. I actually live in one of those mountains. Like, it's hard to tell which one because, it could be any one of them. So I am from Green Hill. It is my home, and we're only going to be here for about 3 acts of it. So as far as Sonic 1 goes, so the main form of movement is pretty much just running, and then you can also roll down slopes sometimes. Kind of depends on the situation that you're in. There is no spin dashing in this game. They did introduce it later on, and I believe it's a Sonic Jam release on the Sega Saturn, and then they'll have it for like the 2013 mobile ports and things like that. But in this case, like, we don't have any spin dashing for this game, so we just got to rely on just movement and execution for the main part. So here we are in Green Hill 2. I'm gonna take this top route here so we can get an extra life for safety, because extra lives are actually really scarce in this game. You can either get them by grabbing 100 rings or the one-up monitors, which I just bounced off of just now. As far as continues go, you can only get continues in this game by entering a special stage. But we're not going to be getting any emeralds in this one, so we're not going to be seeing those. So we're pretty much going to be stuck with probably 4 lives for the remainder of this game. So it may seem pretty daunting, but it's actually really not. So. All right, so for Green Hill 3, we're going to try to go for a top route strat here. As long as my platforms are online, because these platforms are on a global cycle. So whenever we're like into the level, it'll start moving. Okay, unfortunately, I did not get the bounce I wanted there, so that's okay. Just take the bottom route. It's gonna be a little bit slower, but it's still fairly fast if I go this way. Grab the invincibility.
Yeah, you're
here.
still moving so fast, I cannot tell that that's even slower.
Yeah, so it's roughly about, like, depending on how you move, it's roughly 3 to 4 seconds slower. So we got a 36 there. Normally I would get a 32 if I did the top route strat. So yeah, it's about a 4-second difference. May not seem like a lot because we also had speed shoes active as well. So, but yeah, anyways, we are out of Green Hill. And I did see a question saying, why not skip the points after each act? Because you are not able to skip points in this one. They changed it, I think, in the later versions, but not in the original. So, but anyways, here we are in Marble Zone. We're trying to catch an early cycle here. There is an even earlier cycle you can catch, but it is a pretty tight window. But you can save about 6 seconds there if you do it optimally. But we usually go for this safer early cycle. And then we're going to try to do some damage boost strats as well. Gotta wait for this thing to come up. Roll down. Just do like a short hop just to kind of land on that thing. Okay, so we're gonna take a damage boost up here, just so we can reach this pretty quickly. Okay, so we should be able to finish this level in about 53 on the timer. There we go. Yeah, not too bad. So yeah, also recently we did a timing method change. So it used to be on IGT, so we would usually calculate the time from each level and then add it up together. But now we actually time it in RTA minus TB, which is minus time bonuses. So whenever we see a time bonus countdown, that's when the timer will pause on life split. And then it'll just pretty much count the necessary time needed for the score bonus to finish up. So I'm trying to do a little zip here, but I need to be at a precise location on this platform. And you have to like tap right and then jump immediately on the next frame in order to get to the end of the level. So now the camera's trying to catch up to me. And we get like a messed up signpost. So normally you can finish this level in about 10, 11 seconds, but we didn't quite get the zip right away, but that's okay. It's still fairly quick to get through that one. All right, so Act 3, there's gonna be another level wrap we're gonna do. But I will be grabbing a ring because we're gonna be fighting a boss here. I'm just gonna grab that one lonely ring. Did not quite get the position I needed. Should be okay though. Nope. There we go, that should be good. Now I can just go down here. There we go. So I needed that, the leftmost platform to be high up. Otherwise, if I did it early, I would get crushed. Here we go at the boss fight here. So since I have a safety ring, I can pretty much go ham and then just fall into the lava pit. If I didn't have a ring, then yeah, that would have been a death there. So. But yeah, we're out of Marble Zone. This is pretty much like the most annoying level to deal with, whether it's glitched or glitchless. So now we're going to be heading into Spring Yard. And this is the one level where we tend to cope quite a bit. Because there's actually like the cope sign in this level. All right, so we're going to get up here to get the speed shoes. I'll grab the extra life just in case, because why not? So there's cope. Oops. Got the bumpers. It'd still be okay though. Okay, so I'm gonna take this top route here because generally in Sonic games, if you take the top route, it is the more quicker route. Although I didn't quite get the proper cycles that I needed there and running into spike balls, but that's okay. And then we also got those blue enemies. We like to call them Randy and Orton because they tend to hit you out of nowhere with an RKO. So pretty sloppy stage 1 there, but we got through it just fine. All right, Spring Yard Act 2. So there's gonna be a spring at the very beginning of it. You want to jump into the spring because there's like subpixels involved if you end up trying to go right up against the spring, because otherwise you won't bounce off the bumper like that. It'll just send you backwards. So you just want to like jump into that. I'm just gonna keep going here, jump over those guys. I'm going to count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then jump to kind of land on that ledge. A lot of times, like counting for certain things does help out, like when it comes to like getting the proper jumps that you need. Go out this bumper and then get a nice roll. Yeah, that was a pretty smooth ending there. So yeah, now we got Spring Yard 3 coming up. We're gonna try to see if we can get the early cycles in this one. We kind of start going left a little bit first and then start rolling down this slope. Otherwise, you can get hit by the spike ball. And even if you hit the ring box, you can still like die from it because it doesn't activate until a second later. All right, so now we're gonna go up here. And we're gonna go into this triangular platform here. And you wanna try to jump at the very tip of it while you have momentum, otherwise you will not make it past that wall. I'm just gonna bounce off that crab and then we're gonna see if we can get the swoops here. I didn't quite get it, but that's okay. We can just do that for the backup. Just costs about a second or two, no big deal. All right, so now I'm just gonna do a big jump here. All right, let's see how these platforms are. Okay, they're fine. Into the boss. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we can catch him. Like, he didn't even get to the middle. We got him already, so. And there we go. That's Spring Yard. All right, so we're practically halfway through Sonic 1 already. So we're heading into probably the more scarier stages, which is Labyrinth. And yeah, I'll just remind everybody now.
Stages get scarier?
It's getting scarier. Yeah, we got water to deal with. And if anybody gets anxiety from the listening to the drowning music, I apologize in advance because we will be hearing that, especially in Act 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Marble and Spring Yard seem like the peak of just like terrifying as like, you know, trying to skip waiting and like cycles and stuff, and I didn't know it gets worse.
Oh, it gets worse. Like the glitches for Labyrinth, for example, are pretty terrible to do, especially Lab 3. So we're just gonna be doing the glitchless route for that one. But there's like these sub-pixel setups that you got to do in order to get like a proper zip to go, and it's really not easy to do.
Every time I hear about subpixels in a speedrun, my like a part of my soul dies a little bit.
Yeah, I feel that. Yep, we got them in Sonic games, unfortunately. All right, so heading into Lab 2. So we can actually get this early cycle of avoiding this swinging ball and chain here. If you're any slower than that, then you would end up getting caught by that. So. Okay, so there is a mini zip I can do here. See if I can actually get it. If not, then we'll just go the intended way. That's no problem. Okay, there we go. Got that. Perfect. All right. So we don't have to listen to the drowning music in this level, but we will in Act 3. Okay, so I'm gonna try to attempt bubbleless once. I will do the damage boost variant of it. And we do have like an extra life that we grabbed in Spring Yard, so that'll allow us to go for it at least once. So I'm gonna wait for this swinging ball and chain to swing by another time, get hit by it, and then the water actually activates once Sonic touches the ground. Even though it looked clearly that I got into the water, but there was like no splash effect or anything. But when you take damage like that, Sonic's hitbox doesn't activate until you touch the ground. So we're able to have a little more leeway to get through here. Okay. All right, we made it. Grab that checkpoint just in case. And yeah, that is called bubbleless. It is very difficult.
I've seen Sonic 1 runs, and I know that this exists as a strat, and it scares me every time.
There's a lot of strats that can be pretty scary in Sonic 1. Okay, let's try to go for a boss skip here. Okay, so I did like a specific movement there, so that way I can avoid staying underneath Robotnik. You can just go above him, but it's like pretty precise on how to do that. And also another thing that comes into play are the cycles with the trident spears and then the fireballs that shoot from the statues. If you tend to make it there a little later, then the cycles will be off, and you'll have to end up waiting for it, and then like eventually Robotnik will just get past you, and you'll have to just patiently and cautiously just kind of traverse upward. All right, so here we are in the calm before the storm, Starlight. So we got some chill music, and like the first 2 levels are pretty quick too. Like we don't have to do any glitches for them. Although technically you can do like a couple of zip strats in both levels, but again, with Sonic 1, like not that great. We'll just kind of play through them.
Yeah, I don't want to hear any more about how the tricks aren't great, because you're just nailing everything, and I cannot believe it.
Yeah, usually like I normally go for just some of the glitches in Sonic 1 because I'm not too practiced on many of them. And also that jump is really hard to do. That's like a frame perfect jump to make it up on that ledge. So I'm pretty glad I got that. But yeah, like there are so many glitches in this game that I haven't even gone for yet because they seem pretty intimidating at first, but you know, it does take a lot of practice for sure. But oh, another 26. So that's like 2 26s in a row.
Chat, when you see it, type 26 in the chat.
Yeah, so Act 3, I'm going to try to go for a pretty tough beginning jump here. Let's see if we can get it. Not quite. So there's like a little dip there. It's like 2 frame perfect jumps that you got to do. It's not really noticeable like when you go for it initially, but if you end up getting the jump, you can actually land on the seesaw pretty early. So since we didn't quite land on that, we're going to take this top route here because the stair cycle is going to be off on the bottom route. Let's go through here, and then we're going to roll down this way. And this section, you can actually kill that Orbinaut if you do like a very precise jump. It's like a very low jump that you can do. Also, this boss fight is probably the worst boss fight in the game because you have these seesaws and they aren't very cooperative most of the time. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do the piano roll technique, although that boss went fairly quickly. If you end up jumping on the frame that you land, you can actually get more jump height. And when the seesaws are kind of pointing upward, you can actually get more jump height that way and be able to hit Robotnik without having to just, you know, wait for the spike ball to land on it to send you upward. So that's like the more somewhat quicker way to do it. All right, now here we are in Scrap Brain. This is probably my favorite zone in the game in terms of like gameplay, but as far as like music goes, probably Starlight's my favorite. So now we're gonna take this route. Let's see if we can get the top route here. Yeah, got it. So while those platforms were spinning, you actually have like a couple frames of leeway to jump. So that's where the piano roll technique comes in too. It just kind of gives you an opportunity to get the proper jump that you need. Yeah, that's like a 40. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, otherwise, like if you didn't go for that jump, then you'll be able to finish the level around like 44 or 45 IGT. All right, Scrap Brain 2. Now we're inside the base here, and we got Jurgen in the background, that little face back there. So we call him Jurgen. So everybody in chat say hi to Jurgen. And yeah, he's pretty much staring into your soul pretty much because of like how colorful those things are. Oops, didn't quite get the roll there. So if I made it there at an earlier cycle, you can actually get past those swinging ball and chains, and then that'll actually set you up for the buzzsaw. Kind of just roll underneath all of them without taking damage. Let's see if we can get the bounce here. Sometimes there could be an instance where the monitor will despawn. Thankfully, that didn't happen here. So those swinging ball and chains are on a global cycle, so they're going to be swinging at the same time. They kind of tell where they're going.
Okay, I have an important question. I'm looking at chat saying hi, Jurgen. There is so many different combinations of accents and letters. I don't know which one is right, but is there a definitive answer on which one is correct?
I usually see the one that has like the 2 dots above the U. That's like what I've seen commonly. But I guess they can pretty much spell it out however they want to. Also, here we are in lap 4, or Scrap Brain 3. So we just got like another water level here. This level can tend to be very long, but if you go this route that I'm going currently, you can actually finish it in about roughly 20 seconds or so. Yeah, just pretty much take this route, and then you don't have to worry about going into the water at all. But now here we are in Final Zone. There is an RNG manipulation for this that you can do. So the top pistons are numbered 1 and 3, the bottom is 2 and 4. The order is 4, 3, 2, 4, 2, 1, 4, 3. So as long as you hit Robotnik and let go of all your inputs on the controller, he will stay in those spots and he will arrive in there every single time. Now, if you end up either missing or you have an input while hitting him, then the RNG is going to change and it's going to be completely random at that point. So he can appear anywhere. This is like by far the easiest way to fight this boss. And you can get like a 113 or 114. So we got about 3 more hits remaining. So he's going to be up on 1, which is up here. And then this will be number 7 and up there is number 8. And there we go. And we're gonna go for the final hits. All right, now we're just gonna hit him. And decapitación. And that will take care of Sonic 1. I'm gonna do a quick power cycle here. Gonna jump right into Sonic 2.
Yeah, and while we're getting into that, I just want to remind everyone, if you're liking this content that we're putting on this weekend, you know, consider dropping a Prime sub. I know that there's some of us in here with Twitch Prime, so you know, maybe consider it if you're so fortunate to have Twitch Prime, or if you don't, maybe drop a cool $5.99. Who knows?
Yeah, definitely. The Hotfix shows are always really cool to watch, so I know it's always a pleasure to be a part of them as well. All right, so now here we are in Sonic 2, which is probably a lot of folks' favorite game. This is also my favorite game too, although I do like Sonic 3 Knuckles a lot more. But this one does introduce the spin dash, and we have our good buddy Tails, which I do see Cheeseball in the chat telling me to be nice to Tails because he can be a nuisance in this run, but I'll do my best to be nice. But yeah, we pretty much have Tails hanging out with us because there's going to be a couple of glitches where we need him to help us out. And one of them is for Chemical Plant 2, the other is for Metropolis 3, and also Metropolis 1 as well, because there's like some... it's been out for a while, but there has been some recent developments with this game in terms of like finding strats, so... Alright, now we got the boss fight here. Roll into him, we'll take intentional damage with Sonic, and then Tails can get 2 hits like that. Alright. And there we go. That's Emerald Hill. Okay, so now as we can see, like whenever we get like a total on the bottom there, if we get 10,000 points or more, it'll give us a continue. So you can actually get continues very easily in this game, which is very convenient. So usually when it comes to like which Sonic game to learn as your first speedrun, I would usually recommend Sonic 2 because it's pretty much like a good beginner level kind of speedrun, especially with like the continues, and then you have spin dashing and such. And then like I would say Sonic 3 and Knuckles after, and then Sonic 1. But yeah, I pretty much put Sonic 1 as like probably the harder of the 3 because like the scarcity of the lives and then not being able to get continues. Although it is very easy to get like the level select code active in that one, so you can pretty much practice the levels that way. So there's like various different ways, and of course there's like resources out there. Like I did make a tutorial on how to do a glitchless Sonic 1 speedrun, so if anybody's interested in doing that, definitely check that out. And then there's like some other folks in the Sonic community that have created guides for Sonic 2 and then Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So all of them are like very helpful in understanding like the mechanics of the game and then learning how to spin dash and stuff like that. Because even if you spin dash, there's actually different ways for like spin dashing to work. Sometimes I'll say like, oh, you're doing like a 6-tap spin dash or like a 3-tap, so on and so forth. Because when you do 6-tap, that's pretty much giving you like 100% speed, unless you end up like letting go of the button like a little later, then you get like a 96% speed. So there could be like different variants of like how much speed you end up getting for spin dashing. So also there, we're giving Tails some aggressive head pats here. He's just kind of like balancing on that. And
does this count as being nice?
I think so, yeah.
That's worth a sub.
Yeah. And just like that, we're already in Aquatic Ruin, which is the 3rd zone in the game, and we've only just spent like a couple minutes in Sonic 2 already, so this one's going fairly faster than Sonic 1. Okay, so we get the speed shoes. If I ended up staying in the water a little longer than I just did, even if you get speed shoes, it'll take away the speed shoes effect if you go in the water. I am not using the arcade pad. I'm using the actual Genesis 6 button controller. And there's like a couple ways you can do spin dashing. You can either do the piano roll technique or just kind of run your thumb across the A, B, and C buttons, which is what I'm doing currently. Okay, let's see if we can get this good roll here. Nope, not quite. Just jumped a little late there. You can actually like get underneath that that pillar. I didn't quite get the bounce off of that. That's okay. We'll make it out of the water, don't worry. Everything is completely fine. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna stand on this pillar, set up a spin dash, and we're just gonna stay up here to defeat the boss. And even though the hammer's swinging, the hitbox doesn't activate until he slams onto the totem pole. So we're pretty much safe up there. All right, pretty good. Yeah, sorry about the drowning music, folks. All right, so now we're heading into casino night, and there will not be any gamba, hopefully. Otherwise, we'll be stuck there for a bit, and that's a waste of time. So,
have you considered doing glitched so you can gamba?
What's up?
And have you considered doing glitch so you can gamba and like not lose time on your estimate?
I don't know actually. I haven't really tried it out. Although there's actually a meme category called gambling percent where you just like sit in casino night 2 and just gamble on the slot machine and try to get 999 rings as fast as possible.
How long does that take?
Which is an actual leaderboard on speedrun.com. So
I have an idea for my next Hotfix show is all I'm saying.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, feel free.
Yeah, and if anyone in chat wants to see any information about the regular Hotfix shows that we have through the weekdays, you can go to gdq.gg/Hotfix. There's a schedule. You can see all the shows there.
All right, so in Act 2, we're going to grab the speed shoes here. Be careful, they'll get crushed on those platforms. And grab another set of speed shoes just to kind of keep it going a little bit. Also, when you stack speed shoes like that, it'll actually reset the counter or like the timer for it. Let me see if I can get this. No. Oh, okay, we're going in the slot machine. Yeah, we're getting a jackpot. I even said we're not going to be gambling, and here we are, ending up gambling in the speed run. So, oh, and then since I had speed shoes and we got an extra life, the music is a lot faster now. Forgot about that. So I guess it's worth it, maybe. I didn't quite get the flipper clip there. That's okay. All right, now we're in the boss fight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and he's done. All right, so what we're gonna do on this capsule, we're just gonna look up because that'll pan the camera and that'll actually despawn the animals a lot faster, which is a pretty nice RTA strat you can do. Yeah, it's very rare to have the casino night music play that fast. So now we're in Hilltop, so I'm probably going to be seeing the saxophone emote pop up any moment now from my community. Yeah, as you listen to the music, it sounds like the music is having a conversation together. It's like, you know, it's, hey, what'd you have for dinner? It's like, oh, you know, I'm having pizza for dinner or something like that. I mean, I don't know what they could be talking about in the music sense, but, you know, you could probably think of it that way. Having some sort of duet with the instruments.
I cannot believe that you were just like waffling and then like all of a sudden screen wrap.
Yep.
I didn't expect anything.
Oh, I don't have rings. Oh, God. I thought the ring was going to come back to me, but it didn't. Oh, back to the beginning, unfortunately, because I didn't get a checkpoint anywhere. And there wasn't really a checkpoint nearby anyway. Not until like the end of the level, so. Yeah, that ring just kind of went into the lava and just disintegrated, so. That's okay. I didn't quite get the jump. So there's like a tiny bump there. Like if you do a spin dash and then jump like right afterwards, you can actually make it up on this seesaw instead, so. So yeah, just kind of take damage right here, let the platform come down, and then you can just kind of zip right through. I'm going to grab these rings because I don't want to die here again. We'll just do that now. There we go. Okay, now we made it through. Because usually, like, if you get the ring to come back up and then you're just kind of brushing up against the door, like when you take damage, it'll just kind of send you right onto the other side. So now we're going to Act 2. Gonna head up here. We're gonna see if we can catch a cycle. As long as we have like the movement proper here. Just gonna try to jump off of this and then keep jumping, jump over this guy. Do some short hops there. We're gonna set up for a spin dash. Hopefully we catch a platform. There it is. That's the platform I was looking for. And here we're just gonna do a one-tap spin dash to jump up there. And I'm just gonna try to jump over that, but that's okay. Okay, just gotta be careful not to fall into the lava here. Okay, so now we got the boss fight coming up. I just gotta be careful that Tails doesn't interfere. Otherwise, if he ends up getting the hit, that's gonna give the iframes towards me, and then I'll just fall right through. So you can technically have Tails beat the boss for you, but he will not one cycle, I don't think. I haven't really tried because I never bothered to. But so yeah, there we go. All right, so now we're heading into Mystic Cave, which is probably one of my favorite levels in this game. With like the music and stuff. Also got to watch out for that green asparagus there because that can crush and kill you. So just got to watch out for that. I don't know why I call it asparagus because it looks like asparagus to me, even though they're like a lot thinner. But I mean, it's green, so I figured, you know, why not?
Well, I mean, I think it's just the perspective because, like, you know, Sonic the Blue Mouse, very small, some have been saying.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to put it, yeah. Yeah, I actually took the long way there because I tried to go for the bridge skip, but didn't quite get it. Okay, just do a spin dash off the asparagus there, and then there you go. All right, so Act 2. I'm gonna try to grab the lever for the door right away. Like that, and then just jump off immediately to set up a spin dash. So once the bridge comes down, you can actually release the spin dash just in time. Now I'm gonna head up on here. Gonna take the top route for like a little bit, and then let's see if we can do like a 4-tap spin dash, jump off that little like bump there, and like avoid the crumbling bridge. Saves like about a second or two. And now here we have the boss fight. Sometimes the stalactites can get in the way, but that's okay. But as long as we have iframes active, we can just kind of stay in Robotnik's hitbox and then just utilize the spin dash, and then the drills will not hurt us. So. And also, Tails does not want any aggressive head pats. He just wants to jump. So now we're heading into Oil Ocean. For Act 1, we're going to be taking the bottom route, and you can actually spin dash in this game, like in the oil, but in the Origins version or like the 2013 mobile port, they do not have that as an option because you cannot spin dash in the oil. But in this one, it's the primary form of movement to get through this first act here. So, oh, got caught by that fan, but that's okay. Just come back right down. Go. Now we're gonna go over here. Also, the kill planes for the oil in this game, the kill planes on the third wave. In Origins and like the 2013 mobile version, it's in the last wave. They have like a little more leeway to get through, but not too bad. Okay, so heading into Oil Ocean Act 2, we're going to be doing a level wrap here. We're going to utilize the pseudo Supersonic strat. So pretty much what that is, I'm going to be taking damage and going into a launcher. Like so. And then we have like more speed. So it's technically like Supersonic style, but we're still regular Sonic. And then we're just gonna go into this wall here and then just hold right to initiate a level wrap. So we're practically at the boss fight right now. We're just waiting for the camera to catch up. And we're gonna try to attempt a 1 cycle boss fight here. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. All right, we got him. If we miss that, that will be an 18-second wait for him to come back up because he has to do like the laser thingy that he does. Use like 3 lasers and then yeah, so on and so forth. So yeah, very, very good stage there. And now we're heading into Metropolis Zone, which is the last zone in which Tails will be tagging along with us, but we do need him for 2 more tricks here. Okay, as long as he's following us, this is good. Okay, I'm gonna try to get this trick here. I think that's good. Yep. So we got the screen wrap with slope glitch as well. I'm just going to roll off this slope, go back to the beginning of the level, and then we're going to utilize this slope here to clip inside the ground. And this will take us to the end of the level. This is actually the slower variant that I'm doing. There is a much faster variant, but it is like a 50-50 shot of getting the level wrap because sometimes you can get caught by the spinning cylinder. And other times, like it'll not initiate the level wrap because it doesn't touch the screen boundary fast enough. So, all right. So Metropolis 2, we're gonna be doing another trick. We're gonna take intentional damage into the lava and then go into this platform here, jump into the wall. All right, there we go. Got that one. So now we're just waiting for the camera to catch up, and we get a messed up signpost. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. All right, now probably the hardest strat is Metropolis 3. I need Tails to cooperate here. So I need him to be off screen for just a little bit so he can take damage onto the Mantis, and then he'll drop the platform that I'm standing on, and then I'll initiate slope glitch that way. So let's see if we can do this right. This might take me a couple tries. Okay. Should be good. Ah, I didn't quite get it. Okay, I'm gonna try a couple more times here. I didn't quite get slope glitch that I wanted. Okay, there we go. This might be the good spot. That should be good. Oh, what? That didn't work. So what's supposed to happen there is like when I jump onto the ledge there, I need to jump immediately after. Ah, Tails followed. We'll keep trying it. This is actually a really cool strat, and then it makes the boss fight a lot easier too. Oh, I might be too far to the right. Let's see. Oh, it didn't work. We'll keep trying it. I got time. But I got plenty of lives and continues too. So. No, Tails, don't follow. So what we need to do here is we need to have Tails be off screen. He's gonna take damage out the Mantis. And then I'm standing on this platform looking up. I didn't get the jump immediately. So once you jump onto the green ledge, you jump again, and then with that slope, it should activate slope glitch for you. It's a very difficult strat, but it does save a ton of time, if done correctly, of course. I think I might have jumped a little late on the platform. I need Tails. Yeah, for this, I do need Tails. Okay. This should be it. There we go, finally. That's what it should have looked like. So now with this level wrap here, we're gonna be spawned above the boss fight here. And unfortunately, we don't have any rings either, so we gotta be careful with this. Oh, are you kidding me? The eggs are like, nope. Okay, you know what? We'll just go glitchless. It's fine. We got to the boss fight, but what should have happened there is you're pretty much on top of the boss fight the entire time, and you don't have to worry about having to deal with the eggs and whatnot. So unfortunately, we couldn't quite get that, but that's fine. I'm hoping I'll be able to get it at GDQ though.
Yeah, again, Supersonic's going to be doing this at SGDQ as, you know, the opener of the entire event. So you might want to watch that. And for mainline events, the chat is sub only. So if you want to get a head start on that, you know, maybe consider subscribing right now or just keeping it till then.
Yeah, and for that one, it is going to be all emeralds too. So you will be seeing all the special stages, and you'll probably be seeing Supersonic appear like a couple times. So
Maybe once or twice.
Once or twice, yeah. All right. So yeah, we are down to 2 lives, but that's okay because we have a bunch of continues. So even if we game over, it's totally fine. Not too concerned about it. Let's hit that guy, go into here, and then let's see if we can get the... Nope, not quite. Jumped a little too far. There's actually a really cool strat you can do here if you have Tails with you. So thankfully he spawned, so let's bring him over here. Do a jump. Oh, he landed on the bolt, but I didn't. Tails, why are you jumping? Come here. Oh my gosh. Tails, work with me here, buddy. Oh. Okay, you know what? Come here, Tails. Yeah, there we go. What I was trying to do there is like, you kind of see how it's kind of moving upward a little faster on that bolt. But if you do a spin dash and land on it, you can actually get like double the speed. So it looks really cool to do that, but Tails wasn't cooperating with me really. And I was kind of missing the jump too, so. And that's okay.
No, but even if you were missing the jump, you can still blame it on Tails.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's never your fault, never ever.
Yeah. All right, so now we're gonna fight this boss intended. When I was trying to do the other strat where you just kind of stay on top of them. You kind of see like how much rougher this fight is, like without having to do that. All right, so now we're just gonna, the last 2 hits, let's roll into him. And there we go. All right. Finally out of Metropolis 3, unfortunately. It just didn't want to cooperate. All right, so now we're heading into Sky Chase, which is a 2-minute and 6-second auto-scroller. And what we're going to be doing is we'll just grab a few rings here, and then we're just going to sit here for like 45 seconds doing nothing. So, Lime, if you want to mention anything, feel free.
Yeah, I just want to mention that I like, you know, I'm a Sonic fan. I like watching Sonic runs, and even though there was a lot of mistakes in that Metropolis, it was still so sick. I just want to shout that out. Like, wow. But yeah, everyone in chat, if you're liking this, maybe consider joining the GDQ Discord. You can chat with people about, you know, the mainline events or any other of the side events like Back to Black or AAPI or LATAM or Fatales or anything to your heart's content. You can talk about Hotfix there. There's even a role you can get called the Hotfix Enjoyer role. You can be in these exclusive channels. It's going to be super great if you want announcements and stuff about, you know, GDQ Hotfix. If you don't want to go to gdq.gg/hotfix every 2 minutes, you can just get pinged because you want all of your information in one place, in one neat little package called discord.com. You could do that. Maybe consider it.
Yeah, for sure. I did see a question that Ray posted in chat. Died on Sky Chase. I'll admit I did die in Sky Chase. It was pretty embarrassing, but you know, since there are no checkpoints in this level, yeah, you just pretty much go back to the beginning. Also, this cloud pattern here, we like to call it March Kong. So it's like the face of King Kong and the hair of Marge Simpson. So yeah, we just call it March Kong because it kind of looks like it. I know Cheeseball tends to differ for that. She says it's Abe Lincoln, but I personally don't see it. but I honestly think it's March Kong there. Yeah, this is a very interesting cloud pattern that kind of looks like King Kong. But... All right, so we got 2 levels to go in this game. We're heading into Wing Fortress first. Yeah, there's all the March Kong emotes. All right, so this is probably the specific reason why I chose to use the Sonic Classics compilation cart. There's actually a much easier way to set up a slope glitch here. So on this platform, you can actually stand on it, and Sonic will just kind of be in the air. So this only works on this version of the game. It does not work in the original. You'll actually fall off. So yeah, we can just kind of go across without having to worry about the other platforms there. Okay, then we set up slope glitch again, and let's see if we can actually get the proper boss fight here. Let's kind of go into here. There we go, this should be good. All right, got the spin dash, and this is the quick kill for this boss fight. There we go, just like that, he's done. And then we're just gonna jump off, and this is where we look up. He has like this glorious broken sprite here, because he's on slope glitch mode.
I'm gonna say, is he okay?
Yeah, he's back to normal now. He put himself back together.
Is that like a video game representation of scoliosis, or?
I think so, yeah. Probably say that.
Get this blue mouse to a doctor right now.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So yeah, now we're just heading into space, and apparently Sonic can breathe in space freely. So, you know, like he's a special hedgehog here. And we're heading into Death Egg. So we're going to be fighting 2 different bosses here. The first one is Supersonic. This one does have a soft lock and a hard lock potential, so I will be kind of delaying the hits a little bit. And then for the Death Egg robot, we're going to try to go for a strat called 12-0, in which we get all 12 hits before he flies away. And it is a very hard strat because you don't have any rings in these fights, so we'll try it a couple times. So do a little bit of a delay there, because sometimes if you end up hitting him while he's going into dash mode, that'll trigger a soft lock or a hard lock. All right, let's see if we can get 12-0 for this one. Yep, barely got him. All right, time's coming up on fade out. And that's time.
UCGs.
Whew. So that, my friends, is the 12-0 strat, in which you get all 12 hits before he flies away completely. And it is a very difficult strat, and ironically enough, I have managed to get it at every GDQ run I've done on Sonic 2 so far. So, I don't think I missed it once, so that's pretty cool. What was the time we got on that?
It was a high 45. I don't know the exact time.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we have like plenty of time to spare.
Yeah,
so
just because the roads could be like so like dangerous and like volatile because it's glitched, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm glad we managed to get out of that, even though Metropolis 3 gave us a little bit of trouble, but that's okay. But yeah, that is Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 back to back, both glitched, although we saw like maybe 10% of the glitches in Sonic 1, but this one was a lot more. And we will be seeing this game again with all emeralds at the beginning of SGDQ 2025. So I'm looking forward to showcasing that. And hopefully Metropolis 3 will be a lot nicer for that one. So we'll see about that. But I just want to give a quick shout out to all the communities that I'm a part of. The Shrine of Chaos, which is my community, Club 601, and the Arcade, so communities of Hudson Arcade, and of course the whole Classic Sonic community as a whole. Also, a huge thank you to chat for watching this and supporting the AAPI community as well. Yeah, I'm also part of it because my family is from Bangladesh, so it's really neat to be able to represent the community here. And also a huge thank you to Limey and Etchy for allowing me to showcase 2 of my 3 favorite Sonic games of this one. So, and yeah, we got plenty of more runs coming up, so I'll throw it back to you, Limey.
Yeah, thanks so much. Also, last thing, before we forget, I want everyone right now to follow Supersonic, because this year, I'm telling you, Supersonic stocks are going up. You wanna invest now. You wanna get your follows, and you wanna support them as much as you can, because these runs were fantastic. So, what's your Twitch one more time, just so everyone can follow you?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/supersonic_. I'm currently on a streaming break right now, but I will be returning on May 12th. I will be doing a charity stream called Creators for Cures, which is benefiting breakthrough type 1 diabetes. That is going to be a front page stream starting at 4 a.m. Pacific time. So it's going to be really dark and early for me, but we're going to be doing like a marathon style event in which I'll be doing speedruns of Sonic and Mario games. And then towards the last hour of the stream, we'll be doing a Mario Kart 8 16 race shenanigans, where anybody can join in and drop out at any time. And it's roughly like an hour long. So, but outside of that, I usually stream Mondays through Fridays from noon to like around 3 or 4 p.m., depending. All Pacific time, by the way. And we just do various speed runs. We also do casual Wednesdays and just a bunch of other things that are not speedrunning most of the time. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do.
Yeah, you heard him. Please follow Supersonic right now. I'm looking at you, Twitch chat. But we'll be back in just a few minutes with more API speedrunning and more API showcases. All of that good stuff. You can check out the schedule at !API, and we'll be back, like I said, in just a few minutes. We'll see you then.